The Boulder County branch of the American Civil Liberties Union is upset these days. Evidently, a local community has decided to outlaw what they're calling sexually oriented businesses. The move by the City Council of Lafayette came in response to hints that a man from Colorado Springs was intending to open a so-called adult video store in town. The story of this move to enforce what some call public decency is already full of mystery and suspicion. The ACLU, primarily, is suspicious because the original version of the law was passed with no public notice at an emergency session held at election night. To be fair, the only people complaining seem to be from outside of town. The citizens seem to support the ban. Local merchants who might have ended up next door to the porn shop were quite happy with the decision. The only people upset are the ACLU and the video chain's owners. In response to claims that the law might be unconstitutional, one resident told the local press that citizens have rights too. As it happens, this is not the case. Americans like to believe that we have rights, human rights, but in point of fact, we've given them all away. This is the age of imperialism, the age of finance capital. You might have noticed all the talk about free trade and whatnot. Capital wants to move anywhere, everywhere, and insists that its rights be protected above all else. The free movement of capital has been a virtual reality for 100 years now. It's only in the last 20 years or so that legal structures have mutated to reflect this new reality. In America today, capital, that is private property, has more rights than human beings. In legal jargon, they say that the artificial citizen, the corporation, has been vested with the legal rights of the natural citizen. Some social critics would say that the material base of imperialism creates a superstructure of culture and law which reflect the concrete realities of the free movement of finance capital. This phenomenon has advanced so far that many people seem to no longer question the fact that property has more rights than people. The local merchants mentioned above, for example, have argued that the city council is right in banning sexually oriented shops because such a law protects their businesses, property, and investments. We have reached a sad state of affairs in this country. The great principle appealed to in this battle is not democracy, but property rights. Our courts have supported this rise to supremacy in the rights of private property, and now citizens are left trying to fight capital on its own terms. They will lose, of course. When political struggles are carried out in the realm of finances, then those with the most money have won, and they are not the citizens of Lafayette. The citizens, by appealing to an argument about protecting their property, have given up the fight by conceding property's terms. The people have already lost when the argument reaches this stage. Last year, a judge ruled that a similar law in a Denver suburb was unconstitutional because it violated the free speech provisions of the First Amendment. And this is clearly the issue. The Constitution was designed to protect the rights of citizens in a democracy, freedom of speech and association being of primary importance. But by what twist of illogic did we end up with a system that defines selling items of no political significance as a human right? I know that some of the sleazebags who make money exploiting the sexuality of women claim that there is a political content to what they do. And it cannot be denied that when Larry Flynt insults the religious right, that such infrequent examples may be political to an irrelevant degree. Political speech and commercial speech are very different animals. To equate them, as we have done and the ACLU continues to do, demeans all of us and undermines the very fabric of democracy. I suspect that a lot of these people, the judges, the corporate-sponsored politicians, and the large private property holders, know this. These people know that equating commerce with politics, equating dollars with individual opinions, is an affront to our democracy. They do it on purpose. Who benefits when democracy is diminished? Who benefits when dollars are equated with votes? The people with all the dollars, of course. So the people of Lafayette may not want a pornographic video store in their community, but in America today this decision is no longer theirs to make. We live in a democracy in name only. The people no longer have power. We tolerate this development at our own peril. This is Richard Curtis.